the Trump economy is falling off a cliff. When Biden left him with a robust job market, inflation falling, and things getting better. Look, for progressives, while what Biden did was great, we need a lot more. We need a lot more programs that actually satisfy the working class, the middle class, the poor. But look, comparatively speaking, it was doing light years above what Donald Trump's economy is doing. And the funny thing about it is all Donald Trump had to do is come in and coast, because the legwork was already done. We got the bills passed for the chip sector. We got the bills passed with the Inflation Reduction Act. A lot of these bills, a lot of the things within these bills would not come to pass until after the first 4 years of the Biden administration. And to put it bluntly, with a ridiculous tax cut that made no sense, that took money out of the pockets of the average American citizen, with tariffs that took the money out of the middle class and the working class, for his bills that is ultimately killing healthcare for the American people and raising their prices. He came in and single-handedly destroyed the economy. You know, there is so much to really point out materially that make the average MAGA and everybody understand that this economic failure is a direct responsibility of Donald Trump, caused by Donald Trump's policies. But what I found interesting today is that the best person discussing the failure of the Trump administration weren't Democrats. I heard Democrats on one of the shows simply let it slide. But Chris Christie, no Democrat, nobody that we like, a conservative of no real good values, he made the case against Trump so forcefully, one had to admire. Check this out and we'll take it on the other side.
The American people are tiring of this message because they're given a 42% job approval on the economy, 38% approval on inflation. You've had an average of 27,000 jobs a month for the last 4 months. A year ago, it was 167,000 jobs a month for those 4 months. And most of that spending is coming from the social safety net and healthcare deficit spending that he's presiding over, which he promised he wouldn't do. It's all tariffs, George. The reason why jobs are going down in manufacturing and mining and all over is tariffs. And let's be clear, they're taxes. They're taxes on the American people. Taxes slow down growth. The thing Donald Trump succeeded when Reince was running the White House on was the economy grew. The economy is not growing here. And that's why he's going after the Fed, because he needs someone to blame. Biden's gone. The Democratic Congress is gone. He needs someone to blame. So now it's the Fed. But that's what he should be keeping his eye on the ball on, not fighting with J.B. Pritzker in Chicago.
Distraction?
Well, first of all, if you look at the underlying the world of this economy, it's very positive. I mean, right now, Donald Trump, under his leadership, added over 500,000 jobs in this country, none of which went to illegal immigrants. All of it went to United States citizens. GDP is at 3.3%, which is strong. Inflation is down to 2%. This week, I had lunch with Scott Bessent and two of the most respected investment bankers in New York. And you know what they said? They weren't partisan guys. They're not Republicans. They're just investment bankers in New York. They said CapEx is about as high as it's ever been, which means capital investments that companies are putting into the economy, which means they see a good future. Labor participation is jumping, which means people are positive. The big beautiful bill is going to kick in. I think the Fed is going to reduce rates by 1/2 or 3/4 of a point coming up. I think that one thing for sure, in my experience in the Trump White House and even today with President Trump, there's one thing that he's not going to miss on is in an economy that runs like a rocket ship. I think this is just the beginning. It's one report. And I think in the future, things are going to get a lot better.
4 reports.
No,
it's 4 reports.
Listen to me.
He's averaging 20,
AI investment alone.
He's averaging 27,000 jobs a month over the last 4 months. And it's not growing. The economy is not growing.
And the GDP is at 3.3%.
People are not
Gas
hiring.
is at its lowest rate that it's been in 5 years.
Your investment banker friends can tell you whatever you want. But here's the thing. You know how they vote? Investment bankers aren't the people who decide the economy in this country. It's people who hire other people for jobs. And they're saying, with the uncertainty on tariffs and the uncertainty on the economy, we are not investing. It's not the BS announcements that he makes at the White House when Mark Zuckerberg says, we're going to invest $600 billion, and then turns to Trump on an open mic and says, was that the right number to use?
Listen to me. AI alone is investing $400 billion in chips, data centers, services. They wouldn't be doing that if they thought the economy was going to contract.
They're doing it for the world, not just for the country.
Listen, I know you're celebrating this report because it gives you all.
I'm not celebrating.
Why would we celebrate?
But the fact of the matter is,
losing their job.
So yes, he did the right thing in the way he pushed back at Reince Priebus, the way he pushed back and pointed out, oh, no, all the crap you're talking about doesn't make any sense. I don't care how many investment bankers you spoke to. I don't care what you say about it's good for them. Of course, when it's great for investment bankers, it means that they're pilfering more so from the poor and the middle class. So if an investment banker tells you, oh, things are great, because we know they don't take risk and they built very little, we know that means it's coming out of the height of the working class. But here's the thing. It is so ironic to watch Reince Priebus try to make it look like, oh, don't look at the higher prices now. Don't look at the actual numbers. Look, the GDP is growing up. Look at the numbers. The employment rate. Oh, we can't speak about that because the employment rate is going up also. Oh, we can't speak about inflation because the inflation rate is going up also. Diametrically opposed to what happened under Biden. Yet Kamala Harris lost and Donald Trump purportedly won. America, wake up. We told America this was the future. We told them that this bastion of ineptitude would do this. Donald Trump is but a bastion of ineptitude. He showed it the way he handled the COVID epidemic, because again, the COVID epidemic would not have been an epidemic if we had a leader in the United States that went ahead and worked around the world to snap it as it begun. But ineptitude breeds death. Ineptitude breeds financial ruin. But the one place he's not inept in is ripping everybody off.
All of our country's problems, from polarization to ignorance on domestic and international issues to a complete misunderstanding of our economic and healthcare systems, are a direct result of a derelict mainstream media that too often bend over backwards to support corporate or bought politicians' wants as opposed to the people's needs for real information to make their lives better. Independent media is the only solution to inform truthfully and factually. Why? Because our loyalties are to you, the ones who fund us with small dollar contributions and subscriptions. Please consider supporting our independent media platforms by subscribing to our Egberto Off the Record newsletter at politicsdoneright.com/newsletter. Again, that is politicsdoneright.com/newsletter. It's an investment that pays incalculable dividends.